Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Attack the Baseline, a WNBA podcast where every episode we attack our baseline knowledge of the WNBA. We're your hosts, John and Kristen Barber, and today we're back, not talking much about the WNBA, but the NCAA. We had a number of tournaments conclude right as we were about to record this, so we're going to get into some of the winners and what that would project for the upcoming March Madness bracket. And we're going to talk about the Unrivaled final, as well as some international qualifying games coming up on the calendar to mark down. But before we get into all of it, Kristen, how are you?
I'm pretty good. I definitely am feeling the time change today. I am sleepy, but this weekend was very relaxing for us. Mm-hmm. Mostly sitting on the couch, watching basketball.
A lot of basketball.
And like pretty good basketball games where you can also like kind of do other things while you're watching.
Yeah.
So it was a good weekend for us. I am loving that there's a pretty sunset after 7:00 for us right now. So it's looking up.
Yes, it's looking up. We're getting 8:00 days. Well, remember you had your I've just been feeling it. I've been feeling the seasonal. Yeah.
A couple weeks ago.
And now we're back.
And it already feels better.
It's going to cross 70 this week. It's going to be a spring that comes with the allergies, but we're going to get through that. But yes, I'm very excited for the longer days and excited to talk about some college basketball because we don't often talk about college basketball. But this was a perfect weekend to lock in and get some data points ahead of March Madness because we are very much excited about that. But before we get into it, you can send us an email if you'd like to do so at our email, attackthebaseline@gmail.com. Connect with us on Bluesky, Instagram, TikTok at ATBPod. Leave us a 5-star rating and review on whatever platform it is that you listen to the show. Subscribe to the YouTube and tell your friends and family about the show so you can continue to boost the great name of Attack the Baseline. Okay, so we're going to start with the college stuff because that's top of mind. Why don't we start in the ACC, arguably the best game of the day. I don't think you can really compare to the other three, but Duke takes care of business against Louisville in overtime. Kristen, what takeaways did you have from this really exciting game?
Well, this was like an interesting setup to begin with because Duke was the 1 seed, Louisville the 2 seed in the ACC. But if you looked at the national rankings, Louisville was ranked higher than Duke. Right. Which is just like so interesting to me. I don't think I've ever noticed that happening in another situation. So you like knew from the beginning this was not going to be some lopsided game.
Right.
Which pretty much all the other ones were. So it was a very good game, for sure the best one of the day, potentially of the weekend, going to overtime. Louisville played better in the beginning, the first half. A lot of the regular game, Louisville played better. But then Duke got it to go to overtime, and then they won in overtime and ended up winning where they were, from behind most of the game. So I would be, Louisville is going to end up a lower seed in the March Madness tournament now, but I would not be, I would keep my eye on them as someone who could upset a higher seed. Yeah. They are a very good team.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. They played well. I mean, they showed off their talent. They handled UNC the day before. And this game, they very easily could have won. It was down. I mean, the tying bucket came within the last 5 seconds of the game. So they were winning 60-58. Could have been their game if Duke doesn't handle their business. Duke, of course, did. And, all credit to Duke there. But I agree with you. Louisville, I feel like, could be a sneaky dark horse, like upsetter team. Next week, we're going to talk with Dat, who knows more about the college game than we do. I'll be curious to ask him about Louisville, what he thinks. But got to give credit to Duke here. Funny enough, in our group chat this week, there was a lot of discussion about Toby Fournier, and I admitted I didn't know who she was before this weekend because of, the degree that we pay attention to NCAA. Maybe we should pay a little more attention, but Toby Fournier, great player, had a rough championship game today, but in the game against fouled out, but in the game against Notre Dame, which was really important for this Duke team, where they won 65-63 and handled business against Hannah Hidalgo, who was determined to make sure that Notre Dame was upsetting Duke and getting through to the final there. Fournier, great player. I feel like Duke has, a nice path forward with her at the helm, and among other great players that they have on their team. I'll say that the biggest thing, and this was clear in the broadcast, their offensive rebounding was incredible today to handle to really give them the opportunity. A lot of second chances, a lot of difficult rebounds. And yeah, that's like they showed a tenacity that I was like, okay, I think they deserve it. And they're going to be, a 2 seed most likely in the tournament. And I would, feel pretty good about Duke making a very lengthy run in this upcoming March Madness. So we congratulate Duke on the ACC championship. And now I'm going to let you pick where we go from here, because honestly, it's a grab bag.
Okay. Well, we can talk about, let's pepper in the two we don't really have to speak of. UCLA very much handled the Big Ten. Mm-hmm. They beat Iowa today by 40-something points. Mm-hmm. They'll be a 1 seed.
They're already, yes, they're a 1 seed.
Mm-hmm. UConn in the Big East, their finals, it's shifted a day, so their finals is tomorrow on Monday. However, they won by 49 points today, won by 40-something points yesterday. We're not worried particularly.
Yeah, Sarah Stronging, AZing, yes.
Yeah. So that's the Big East and the Big Ten. The Big 12, we just finished watching right before recording this. That was TCU versus West Virginia. That was a pretty good game for, some of it.
At least a portion, yeah.
Towards the end, I guess the big story of the game was Olivia Miles having 3 fouls in the first half, a 4th foul within 30 seconds of the third quarter, and she sat for a while, a few minutes. The announcers were saying that she was going to sit for 15 minutes. It's like, that's a really long time. Like, the announcers basically were saying she's not going to come in until 5 minutes left in the 4th. That's seems dramatic to me.
Yeah, I don't know if that's I don't know if that was what they were saying, or if they were saying I thought they said there's 15 minutes of game time left, but there was 20 minutes of game time left. I don't know. They were confusing. It was a gutsy call because she was 1 foul away from fouling out. So it's like, yeah, you got to kind of risk it.
Right. Well, she came back in. In, with halfway through the third. But you could tell she was really took her foot off trying to get to the ball. She was playing very hesitantly because she didn't want to foul out.
Yeah.
So that obviously hurt TCU. They were attempting a lot of threes. None of them were really going in. No. It was really a struggle for TCU. So West Virginia ends up winning.
The first time West Virginia won their conference since 2017, they said. It was a good defensive effort by them. Quality shots when they needed quality shots. We obviously know Olivia Miles. We obviously know that Olivia Miles is projected to be one of these top 2 or 3 players in the upcoming WNBA draft. Have heard a lot about Marta Suarez's game. So TCU could still be, a potentially decent team in the tournament. I think they're going to fall a little bit. They were saying in the broadcast that a TCU loss actually helps Duke become a 2 seed in the upcoming tournament. So I'm expecting TCU to fall to a 3, maybe even a 4 seed after this. I don't exactly know. Because right now if they won, they would have been a guaranteed 2, but now they're definitely going to be out of that picture. Especially, it's hard because it's a subjective ranking. Like,
right, for the most part, yeah.
Right. So I don't know if it's like the quality of the game is going to dictate how much they're going to drop them, or if it's just going to be like, they lost to West Virginia. West Virginia has been decent this year. Who knows? We'll just knock them down a little bit. But I mean, that's big for Duke that this upset helps them move forward in the tournament. And TCU, honestly, like, they were exciting in last year's tournament with HVL. I got I don't know. I don't feel like I really want to be picking them too much personally. I didn't really enjoy what I was seeing, and it could have just been an off day. But I mean, it was West Virginia's show, really, for the lion's share of the game. Yeah. And I expected more at TCU, if I'm being completely honest.
No, it's true. I mean, honestly, I haven't. Obviously, you talked about, we know Olivia Miles. We are expecting big things from Olivia Miles in the W, but I haven't heard much about TCU for this entire NCAA season, really.
I mean, only 4 losses before today. They took their 5th.
Yeah.
But we will see. I don't know. I'm curious if this will affect, Miles' draft stock.
Potentially.
Very potentially could. She would probably need a good tournament.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Well, okay, so then we can go to the biggest upset of the day is the SEC final, which was South Carolina versus Texas, the 1 versus the 3 seed. This was a little bit complicated because Ole Miss beat the 2.
Yes, Ole Miss beat Vanderbilt.
Which was Vanderbilt. So the previous round, the semifinal, was Texas Ole Miss.
Right, instead of Texas Vanderbilt.
Yeah. So Texas prevails there and gets here to the final. And, this is a rivalry that has come up in recent years in the SEC, as South Carolina has been very good. Texas has been almost there, but hasn't, gotten this SEC championship whatever before.
Yeah, this is her first time winning it.
Yep. So Texas has been chasing it, but has never been able to grasp it. Well, they started the game 14-0.
14-zip.
Yep. And then that lead kind of just held for the rest of the game. At one point it stretched to 19 or so. It closed back to 12. But Texas just kind of kept the lead the whole game. And South Carolina couldn't really do much to close it.
Yeah. I'll start with Texas because, like you said, the game against Ole Miss actually was more of a game than I was expecting. When I see 3-7, I'm like, okay, I think Texas is going to roll. But credit to Cody McMahon, who is going to be a first-round draft pick in this upcoming WNBA draft, from what I'm hearing. Really great player for Ole Miss. Really gave them an opportunity to win the game against Texas, even down the stretch. It was pretty close, but Texas handled their business. And then they came roaring into this game. And, with what I saw in South Carolina versus Texas last year, when South Carolina beat Texas by, I want to say it was 18, 19 points in the tournament. And it was really a no-show. Texas didn't even score 50. And that was almost kind of how this game was. Texas, a team that kind of likes to control pace of play, control possession. They sure as heck did that all game long. And obviously you get the benefit of starting off 14-0 against a really incredible team like South Carolina. But I mean, Madison Booker proving why she's going to be one of the best players, continue to be one of the best players in college next year as she enters her draft year. Rory Harmon was great today. And it was really not much of a game at all, ever, which is crazy because it's Dawn. Dawn doesn't lose like this. Dawn doesn't lose like this. So it's weird to see that. Whenever I see that happening, I'm like, am I really watching this? Am I really witnessing this? Because she's always so prepared. And Texas, to their credit, was one of the 2 losses that were dealt to South Carolina earlier in the season. But this was a cool little rubber match. This was the best of 3 between the 3 teams on the season before the tournament, and Texas got the best of them.
Mm-hmm. For sure, it was an amazing showing by Madison Booker. Mm-hmm. She had her career high 31 points against Ole Miss. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many points she had against South Carolina, but I imagine it was a fair amount.
It was 16 or so. Mm-hmm. Had a really good second half.
Yeah, she had a really good weekend. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm definitely interested when we talk to Dat next week after Selection Sunday, his thoughts on South Carolina, because they had a lot of roster changes, significant roster changes from last year to this year.
Yeah.
And it seems like, they just took a little dip.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it was their semifinal game against LSU was exciting from last night against, Malaysia Full Wiley revenge game.
Yes, that was a great game.
It was a great game. Almost had him in the first half. And then, of course, Kim doesn't ever beat Dawn. So Dawn took care of that. But they won that game. And I remember saying this last night, they wouldn't have won that game if Raven Johnson didn't go off. I mean, she's a sub 10 point per game player who dropped 22, I think. And she didn't do the same thing in today's game. Mm-hmm. They just didn't have the scoring output from really anyway. I mean, Joyce Edwards has had a good tournament. She's been playing well, but they couldn't really they couldn't go to anybody. They couldn't go to Tessa Johnson. They couldn't go to Okot. They couldn't go to Raven Johnson. And it just, once Texas was so far ahead and they weren't able to push back at all, it's like, well, they just kind of ran out of time.
Mm-hmm. No, I honestly loved watching Malaysia Full Wiley.
It was cool.
Against South Carolina last night. Mm-hmm. That was really fun. Like, revenge game for her. Mm-hmm. And she won the SEC 6th Woman of the Year this year. Mm-hmm. And you can tell, like, much deserved.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited to see where LSU ends up in the bracket. Because they certainly can make some noise with Malaysia and Flaujae. But South Carolina is definitely going to have a chip on their shoulder after this. They don't like to lose. So I can only imagine the heat that Dawn gave them in the locker room. She was like getting mad on the sidelines. So I'd be worried if I were some of those players. I'm sure they already dealt with it. I'm sure this passed. And now they're going to look forward to the tournament where they will be a 1 seed. They did confirm they're going to be the 4th 1 seed. Okay. Texas will be the 3rd 1 seed, which the advantage in that for Texas winning this game is that they get kind of like a home court advantage in the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8.
Yeah.
Because of where they'll be located. So that's kind of nice for Texas, who could, very easily make it to the Final Four in Phoenix. We'll see. But yeah, good work on Texas to get this upset. And fortunate that they probably didn't need to, play Vanderbilt, which would have made it a little bit harder on them.
Very fun weekend, though, overall.
Yeah, I would agree.
Nobody does selling better than Shopify. Shopify is the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret, with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts go abandoned and way more sales going through. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. On the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that Skims uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period for 3 months at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
Well, that's our college basketball check-in ahead of Selection Sunday. Kristen, do you want to talk about what we saw in the Unrivaled final where the Mist overcame the Phantom? The 1 and 2 went to bat. We were at a watch party for it with Wanda Sykes. She was there.
Yeah, Wanda was there eating her chicken wings.
What did you see in this final? Because it was back and forth. Unfortunately, it was a good game. I'm glad we got a good game.
Awesome game. Great game. I was like really invested the entire time. Really good game by Stewie. I doubted.
You did.
I think that's okay to do. But she showed up in this final. She had 32 points. She was 3 for 4 from 3. Like really knew what she was doing in this game.
Shot was on.
And also a really good game again by Enrique. She just like has blown me out of the water this season. I'm so happy to see where Enrique has grown in this season of Unrivaled. Pretty good game by Leash and Lan. Like solid games by both of them.
Yeah, I mean, I like this is the miss that we expected to see, and you know they're lucky that they got through the breeze to make it to this final. But this was more like it from this team, a complete effort from the squad. But then on the Phantom side of the ball, I mean, KP was pretty hard to stop.
Yeah,
had a 40 piece, DoorDash.
No, it was definitely more lopsided on the Phantom side. Like you said, KP had 40, but she had 40. Kiki and Tiffany Hayes had 13 and 12. And then Tosh had 9. And then Isaiah James only played for 4 minutes, had 0 points.
Yeah.
So they were just playing so much smaller, so much more constrained.
5 on 4.
Which we just knew that was going to happen because of Aaliyah Boston not being there. And honestly, like that is really unfortunate, I think. Like I think it would have been as competitive as it was without her. I think it would have been even better of a game.
Oh yeah.
If AB was there.
Oh yeah.
So that honestly is a bummer to me. But KP was incredibly hard to stop. Natasha Cloud played great defense while she's not, the best scorer on the court really at any given time. Like she's going to pressure you and make it hard for you to score. So, I mean, they really did the best they could. Tiffany Hayes and Kiki both had good defense as well. But it was just getting them to score around Stewie and Leash and Lan was just tough.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're playing with Isaiah James is a good player. Isaiah James is a player that Dallas should protect because she's shown that flashes of the player that she is. She's not a player that you can rely on in the final here. Understandably so. She only plays for 4 minutes. You're playing virtually 5 on 4 and you don't have your biggest big who is a big part of the reason why they were 11 and 3 or whatever they were at the end of the season. Like AB gets them the 1 seed and then isn't there for the playoffs.
Yeah, it sucks.
It sucks. People are claiming asterisk on the final. You can't put an asterisk on the final, in my opinion.
No.
I think that's a little silly. Maybe the refs are favoring Stewie a little bit. I push back on that at least a bit. Because both teams had to show up here to get it done. But I will say that it feels like the Phantom were missing something significant and going up against the bigs that the Mist had. It was a difficult ask for Kiki to get it done.
For sure. Well, we can talk about, if you want to talk about the refs, we can talk about the final minute of the game, the last foul that gave Stewie a free throw to win the game.
Yeah. So in our opinion, I think we both agree that there was a fair bit of chest pushing on Stewie that sent her to the line. People are, a lot of folks are claiming that it was an offensive foul on Stewie and it was called an offensive foul and they reversed it to a defensive foul on Tiffany Hayes, I believe. I mean, unfortunately, stuff like that happens. It sucks. And it sucks that the game ends in a free throw for the second year in a row. I would like to implore, I'm not the only person that would implore Unrivaled to come up with a rule where the game can't end in a free throw. Maybe it's like they gain possession and they get to inbound from the baseline or something like that. But yeah, it's annoying. It's just annoying, but I'm not like critiquing it as like, a favorable call for Stewie, in my opinion.
No.
It was very much a 50-50
I think it shouldn't have been called a foul.
at all.
To begin with. Right, at all. I don't think it was an offensive foul by Stewie. So I was glad they reversed it. Like, I think I would have been more upset if they didn't, because I don't think she did anything wrong. I think you could see Tiffany Hayes pushing her a little bit with her arms, but like Tip is going to fall. Like, Tip's on the floor.
TOTF?
Often. I don't think she necessarily deserved a foul either.
No.
So it did just suck in general. And I don't know, like, I have gone back and forth with people on Bluesky about how do you stop this from happening in the future, from games being ended with free throws. Because I think everyone can agree that this is like probably the worst part of Unrivaled.
Oh, yeah.
The worst part of the game format.
The free throws are fine. The free throws themselves, being one free throw for 2 or one free throw for 3, is great.
Right. But especially now, the second year that the championship game
Is decided.
has been decided by a free throw. Like, that's just not fun. Like, when the whole game has been so exciting and now all of a sudden it's the last play is not a game winner. Like, that's what they want.
Right. We want the game winners.
Every game ends in a game winner. Well, no, it doesn't.
Right.
So my idea,
Ooh.
and I don't know, I talked about this on Bluesky weeks ago, but my idea, and this probably is complicated, but
Okay.
it's something like like in this scenario where Stewie goes to the line, I don't remember what the winning score was. 80
to 74.
So was 80, let's just say 80 was the winning score.
Oh, yes.
She goes to the line to shoot 2. She can shoot 2. That's fine. But then the winning score moves up 2.
Okay. Yeah. So it's like a pushing it further away for the opposing team.
Right. So they get the points. It kind of is even for this team that's scoring the free throw. They don't win or lose any points necessarily.
Yeah.
Because the winning score has moved up at the same rate as their points. But the team that has fouled now is further away.
Yeah.
So it's punishing the fouling team without helping or hurting the scoring team. And I that's probably complicated to like be changing the score all the time because people even now are like, I can't understand.
How does the game work? I haven't watched it, but I'm going to ask you now on the final game.
Right. So like, I don't know if that's complicated, but that was my idea.
Well, my question to that is, let's say Stewie makes a free throw, you push the target to 82. Would the missed get possession? Would you have them get the ball at like half court?
I don't know. Do they normally get it? I don't know. Change no other rules.
Okay, so you're saying that possession would go to the Phantom there, and it would be another possession away for them. Except it's kind of like, you know, they could shoot a 3. Yeah, I think it's good. I think I would add like the team that made it also gets the ball back personally, but that was like a wrinkle. I wouldn't be upset if
Doesn't that depend what kind of foul it is? Don't you like sometimes get the ball back and sometimes you don't?
I mean, like what, a flagrant you get the ball back?
Yeah.
A technical you get the ball back?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think on a normal shooting foul, yeah, you're pushing. Let's say you push the total. Yeah, no, I guess you could give the ball back. It's just difficult if it's like a 1-point game. You push the total to 3, and then you're giving possession to the other team who could just win the game on a 3. You're giving them another opportunity to win the game instead of like
they
you
could have
closed
won
it
the
out.
game before.
Well, but then they could intentionally foul you. They could intentionally foul you because they know they're not going to lose the game on the free throw. I'm just playing devil's advocate. Okay. Push the total and then get the ball, and then KP's hitting the 3 and winning. I don't know. Just thinking. Literally, all I would say is like also give them possession, and then who knows? That would work.
Okay.
But yes, Unrivaled, come to the table with a couple ideas. I'm not expecting a fan vote on different format changes, but it would be cool to see a game not end in a free throw when we get to see the team celebrate. But a fun time was had by all for the Mist.
Very fun. I'm very excited for the Mist. Again, I love that the two worst teams last year were the two teams in the finals this year.
Very cool.
That's amazing for fans, for the league.
Yes.
So maybe, who knows, next year we'll see Hive Owls
Lock in
the final.
Hive Owls. Sony redemption story. Marina redemption story.
Hey, Fee will be there, so
Who knows?
It would be a redemption.
It would very much be a redemption. And I do feel like it's important to add Free Enrique. And also Lan drinking out of the shoe.
Oh, ew.
Crazy. Crazy. You celebrate however you want to celebrate.
Nobody does selling better than Shopify. Shopify is the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret, with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts go abandoned and way more sales going through. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. On the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that Skims uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period for 3 months at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
The sun's shining, birds are singing, and all feels right in the world.
Until the season changes and suddenly you lose your motivation to get out of bed. In fact, 1 in 5 people experience some form of depression, no matter the season or time of year.
At the American Psychiatric Association Foundation, our vision is to build a mentally healthy nation for all, because we want you to live your best life and be your best you all year round.
Please visit mentallyhealthynation.org to learn more.
And now, Alicia Gray, champion of Unrivaled.
And Veronica Burton.
Hey.
Don't forget about her.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Have traveled to Bangkok, Thailand, to participate in FIBA 3-on-3 Champions Cup. I found this out the other day. Happening March 13th through the 15th. There's another 3-on-3 tournament, an international tournament. And unlike the squad that we had last time, participating in the upcoming 3-on-3 Champions Cup, along with Alicia and Veronica, is a new squad replacing Shakira and Naz, who helped win the cup in Mexico. We've got Brittany Sykes and Kate Money Martin, a team of no bigs. Oops, no bigs. I don't know why. I mean, obviously, it's kind of up to the players if they want to travel and play more basketball after they just finished a season of Unrivaled. I'm kind of surprised Shakira's not there. She was quite good down in Mexico. They sure could use a player like her. But I'm interested to see what happens. And it's a 3-day tournament. It'll be pretty quick, but they're going up against some really good squads. And as far as I could tell from the website, they're like the 4 seed, Netherlands being the 1 seed.
Oh,
It's not going to be necessarily a cakewalk for this U.S. team, but Leash and VB bringing their multiple championship pedigree to this tournament should at least give the U.S. a strong opportunity to win. So if you'd like to mark your calendars, I believe that the Mexico tournament was easily viewable online. I'm guessing the same thing here. Of course, time zones are going to make it probably difficult to watch games.
yeah.
But check out FIBA's website because there's more to come.
When's that?
That's March 13th
Oh.
through the 15th.
Well, before then, March 11th is the qualifying rounds of the 2026 Women's World Cup.
Yes.
It's like back to back to back for these women.
There's basketball going on.
Yeah, so we saw these practices for the World Cup qualifying rounds happen this past weekend. Those were in Miami, so that was convenient, I guess. They were practicing, getting ready for the qualifiers. Probably you've seen the graphic of who's on the team. Stewie was also there.
Hanging out,
being a vet presence. I guess the biggest changes from when they initially announced the roster are Aaliyah Boston and Sonia Citron not being there now because both of them have been injured from Unrivaled.
Right.
So in their place, we have Mo Billings and Ray Burrell. Very interesting
SBR,
polls.
dude. Sweet baby Ray getting an opportunity here.
Yeah,
I love to see
cool.
it.
Yeah, good for them. We were kind of talking today about who would be our starting five. And honestly, this is really hard for me.
Yeah.
Because there's some vets, but a lot of these players are like very young. And it's not your vets like Asia, Stewie.
Correct. Your obvious 100 out of 100 times
would
starting.
start.
Yes.
Right. So I guess we can come up with our combined starting five. Obviously, Chelsea's starting.
Yeah. I unless Chelsea's saying, I don't need to start.
Well, I don't think she'll ever say that.
Yes. I think Chelsea starts at point, and then you go to the 2, and there are a lot of options to play the 2.
Yeah.
We've talked, maybe Paige plays the 2. I thought KP could play the 2.
I thought Jackie play the 2.
Jackie could play the 2.
I feel like Jackie's going to start.
Jackie definitely gives you more strength than KP would. But I do find it hard to not consider KP after what she just did in the playoffs of Unrivaled. Scored a lot of points, shot the ball very well. I mean, this is, we're going back to 5-on-5 though.
Right. That's 3-on-3. This is 5-on-5. Jackie just won with the Aces in 5-on-5 with Chelsea.
It's true.
So
it's true. You can't
tough.
deny that. You can't deny that.
No, it's tough. So I would say Chelsea, Jackie. The 5, I think, has to just be De'Erica.
That feels like the most clear pick. Unless you're starting Angel at the 5, but I don't think you would start Angel at the 5.
No, I think it makes sense to do De'Erica at the 5, Angel at the 4.
Yes.
But is Angel your one rookie that is in your starting rotation?
That's what feels wrong about it to me.
I know, but the size of this club is not here.
They're lacking. They're like a big short.
Right.
It feels like they're like a big short because really the big rotation is Angel, Mo, and Kiki
and
De'Erica. So it's 4, and then a lot of players that play guard, and then a handful of players that I feel good about at the 3. And we've already mentioned Paige as a potential 2. I think you could play Paige at the 3.
Maybe.
If you feel great. I mean, obviously a great defender, can pass, can shoot. Paige, I think, is you could slot her in at the 2 or the 3, and I wouldn't be shocked. But then there's also Ryan Howard, a player that could play the 3 very clearly. There's Ka,
who had an amazing game in the gold medal game at the Olympics, which I would say is the most comparable to this World Cup qualifying situation.
Sure. So, okay. So if we're going to say Chelsea, Jackie, I'll give you Angel.
I think it makes sense to have Angel and De'Erica because De'Erica is a great scorer and then Angel is the great rebounder. I don't think you need Angel to be a 20-point scorer because you have De'Erica there. I think that's fine.
I think you do Ryan Howard at the 3.
Okay.
It's a little more sight. Honestly, if you're gonna do Angel, then just give me Paige. Give me Paige at the 3. But then yes, it's two younger players. It's 2 rookies, 2 playing international game. But the point of these qualifying games, and that's why I wouldn't quibble with seeing, a Paige start, a Caitlin start, an Angel start, is because these are the lowest pressure games that they're going to get to play. And the point of these teams are to give you reps on the international stage ahead of the actual World Cup in September or the Olympics in 2028. So we are saying what our fictional best starting five is, but who knows? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Lawson or who's ever coaching in her stead while she's busy with Duke in the tournament this upcoming season would feel inclined to play some of these young players earlier and let them start and let them build their sort of international chemistry with one another. But it goes back to it's a team full of superstars. So we can quibble about the 5 players. You're going to have an incredible lineup regardless. If you want to do 3 guards, if you want to do 4 guards, you can do 4 guards and play 1 big. And you're probably going to outscore any other team that you play against. So it really doesn't matter too much. I don't think there's many downsides to some of these mix and matches, and you're going to see a ton of different 5s, a ton of different groups playing together because they want to iron those things out. But, what the exact 5 will end up being remains to be seen. I do like the 5 that we kind of came up with here, but let
us know your 5.
Yeah, let us know your 5. Send us an email.
My favorite moment, because there's been a bunch of videos of the team practicing together, qualifying team. My favorite moment was when they were first walking in to the training facility and they're all like smiling and dancing and like filming themselves walking in. So KP walks in and kind of like is dancing, like not walking fully, dancing kind of slowly. And Caitlin walks in behind her and is like clearly annoyed
that she has to dance,
that KP is like not moving fast enough. So Caitlin's trying to like walk around her to get in front of her while she's sitting there dancing. Like, come on, have some fun.
Come on,
Caitlin.
Dance. Come on, Cece. Do a little dance.
No.
Not built for it, Cece. Come on. Get that into your system.
Yeah, we're having fun.
We're having fun here at World Cup. It's not all business all the time.
Not yet. Right. Not yet. These are the easy rounds. Not yet. I guess we should also mention the March 10th deadline. This is the very last day that we can come up with a contract before business starts to be pushed. That is coming up in a day and a half.
Yep. We should have news on Tuesday one way or another.
Right. Either we have a contract signed or things are delayed now. For sure.
Yes. Expect it like 100% likely delay.
Yeah. There has been more movement in the past few days. Things are much more tight-lipped right now because of recent leaks.
Yes, no more letter leaks.
Pretty much everyone, I think, is unhappy at this point. But it seems like the Players Association and the league have been going back and forth with new proposals quicker than they have been in the past few months. Like, it's gone back and forth a few times in the past couple of days. So that could very well mean, we kind of agreed on the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And now we're just going back and forth on smaller details.
Right.
It could mean that.
It could be.
I feel like I don't believe that that's true.
I do not believe that. No.
But who knows?
We've seen 6 counter proposals where the league's like, no, we're not going to move. Why would they move now? When the players were already giving them room, why would the league move now? I hope they do. God forbid, I hope they come up a friggin' penny. They can afford it. But geez.
I don't know.
We could be looking at a strike on the 10th. The players could say, you set this hard deadline. How about we, spit in your eye and we hit the picket lines? Apparently the players have been preparing. They've been saving up money in the case that a strike happens. But
Somebody said that.
Yeah, there was something on Reddit about it. I don't know. I hope we have positive news. I continue to beat that drum that I hope we have positive news. But we're literally not going to hear anything. I don't expect any leaks until it's announced or there's a strike. That's the only time I expect to see news.
Okay.
Despite ESPN wanting to like hit us with a million notifications about how we don't know what's happening, but stuff's happening.
Yeah. Well, I'm just like, you got to be ready to hit the ground running, because as soon as they sign this contract, it's going to be 2 expansion drafts, NCAA draft, free agency, starting the season.
They said no one's sleeping for a month.
Yeah.
Including us.
Including us, probably. So let's get it going.
Lock in. And it's all going to happen during the freaking tournament. That's going to be difficult.
Well, I feel like no, honestly.
No,
like,
it would be the start of April.
Yeah, but
it'd be like the end of the tournament.
Yeah.
Which would be, I mean, that would be
so
fine.
They'll just wait to do the rookie draft.
Yeah.
God. Such a mess.
We'll see. Well, I think that's going to do it for this episode of Attack the Baseline. Again, if you'd like to send us an email, you could do so at our email, attackthebaseline@gmail.com. Connect with us on Bluesky, Instagram, TikTok at our handle, ATBPod. Leave us a 5-star rating and review on whatever platform it is that you listen to the show. Subscribe to the YouTube, and of course, tell your friends and family about the show, and continue to help us spread the name of Attack the Baseline around the world. Well, I think, Kristen, I am staring at the baseline. As always, what are we going to do?
Attack it.
Attack the Baseline. Thank you so much for listening. We will be back to talk about Selection Sunday and March Madness.
The sun's shining, birds are singing, and all feels right in the world.
Until the season changes, and suddenly you lose your motivation to get out of bed. In fact, 1 in 5 people experience some form of depression, no matter the season or time of year.
At the American Psychiatric Association Foundation, our vision is to build a mentally healthy nation for all, because we want you to live your best life and be your best you all year round.
Please visit mentallyhealthynation.org to learn more.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.